daze. The sky is falling, the sky is falling. Welcome to A.C.B.S, your dystopic learning solution. We are again in the days of Chicken Little since 1919, and even before JC Angelcraft says our Holy Spirit has found many ways to protect us from the propaganda monster, and A.C.B.S follows in that tradition. And so we have reintroduced Chicken Little. For you, citizens of Oublier, who have again forgotten who you are, Chicken Little is a 1943 short film created by Walt Disney during the escalation JC calls The Great Fall, which ended in 1945. The short cartoon was an anti-Nazi film advising caution against Nazi propaganda, while also demonstrating that mass media intends to produce mass hysteria. Like CBS Radio did with War of the Worlds 1938, that is one of our favorites here at A.C.B.S. The Nazis, like their communists and democracy counterparts, are experts in propaganda. But JC says not to worry and that the Holy Spirit always has everything under control. And in every nation, JC says there are a rich tradition of stories inspired by our precious tender Holy Spirit, which are intended to protect us. Walt Disney's story of Chicken Little warns the human condition not to jump to conclusions and not to trust war news and information, which was for many years, even before 1919, has been a problem. Like many of Walt Disney's amusements, his Chicken Little cartoon was inspired by the Brothers Grimm 1823, who gave us many wonderful stories. In the tradition of Italy and Europe, our Holy Spirit has quite a track record in working to protect us from ourselves, and so Walt Disney's Chicken Little story is designed to teach people about the dangers of propaganda, calling it unverified, if not dangerous information. That is certainly worth the ticket. Despite today, JC feels people need much more because propaganda in all its political creeds has gotten out of control again, like it always does. The 1800s is filled with propaganda and led to many wars and was one long world judgment of God's Holy Spirit ending in the Statue of Liberty. In the 1900s, propaganda ended in World War I and World War II, with many escalations in between and after. Since 1945, nothing but propaganda has worked to do the same. To help us better understand our critical history, our Holy Spirit has approved the judgment of God 1919 to the present to be made public for its final years in order to prove to the human condition that it has been in existence the entire time. JC says thanks to the resolve of our precious tender Holy Spirit to help us, we have managed to progress more in some countries than in others. Also, if you are new to A.C.B.S, here is some fresh verified news. A world crown has opened to accept responsibility for the most recent judgment of God, 1919, to the present and bring the current propaganda era to a close. Welcome again to A.C.B.S, the working man's comic book. Up next are some of JC Angelcraft's most favorite films and commercials.